So welcome, it's Barry from Rocket Maps speaking, rocketmaps.reviews. What we're doing here is we're doing yet another competitor analysis on behalf of a prospect. The prospect is a criminal solicitor firm in the middle of Edinburgh in 20 Leith Walk called Adams White Solicitors, quite a well-known criminal law firm in Scotland. So what we've got here is for the phrase criminal lawyer, okay, we've created something called a Geo Grid. The Geo Grid is centered on the location of Adams White Solicitor's office at 20 Leith Walk, Edinburgh, EH65AA, as per over here. And what we've got, so think of this as kind of like a television transmitter coverage map, or perhaps a cell site, that covers a certain area. And as you approach the edge of that cell area, it kind of fades out and the signal gets a little bit weaker. So what our tool here does is it creates a grid of a certain dimensions, and if you do the math, this works out about 300 meters per grid square. So Adams White is ranking position number 1 on the street outside their location. In other words, if you were to take a mobile phone and you were to stand outside Adam White Solicitors at 20 Leith Walk and prefer me search for criminal lawyer, Adams White would be number 1. Somebody else would be number 2, and somebody else would be number 3. So here we have a view of what we call in the industry the MAPS snack pack, sometimes called the 3-pack, and in the industry colloquialisms we say, are you a 3-packer? Because in essence, being in the top 3 is all that really matters. If you there's a joke in the industry, it says, where's the best place to hide a dead body? Answer, page 2 of Google. Basically, lower than 3 is equivalent to oblivion. You may as well not exist. People don't know you exist, and over 50% of searches in the criminal solicitor sector are now found by this method. And if you watch the follow-on video from this, instead of we're going to repeat it for the exact same grid using the term lawyer rather than criminal lawyer, because an analysis of the keywords has shown that punters tend to use the word lawyer and criminal lawyer approximately equally. Okay, so what you've got here is this competitor analysis. Okay, we offer these on our website on the link below, and an analyst will basically create the grid, do some analysis work, and have a quick look, see if you're making any mistakes or errors. And this is one of the outputs. So the first bit is you get a PDF showing share of local voice for all the criminal solicitor firms in your part of the world. And you also get this, which is the competitor analysis, part 2 of it. Now, this is the bit that I quite like. So if you the key metric to look at is SoLV, which is share of local voice, and in essence is how well you're getting on within this grid. So the company that seems to be performing best is Patterson Bell, and here we can see that their share of local voice is 80.44, easily the best. ARP, for in case you're wondering, is average rank position, and a TRP is average total rank position. Okay, don't worry about those ARP and ATRP metrics. They tend to be used by industry insiders like myself to figure out whether or not they're ranking within the grid or outside the grid. But you should really cast your eye down this column here, which is the SoLV column. Okay. Other things we note here: total number of feedback 4.6, total number of feedbacks only 9. Very, very low. Similarly, for McSporrans. Now, if we click into McSporrans, what we're going to get, you see flicking over there, is how McSporrans are getting on. Now, McSporrans over there in Frederick Street, EH2, and this is what the situation looks like for them. So clearly ranking around sort of the west of the city, not really penetrating into the city centre very much. So they're EH2 sort of area. This one here, senior defence solicitors over in EH8, and we're doing quite well within the grid. And then Adams White, which is the client in question, is ranking as before. We can see quite well outside their office. To the north, to the south, it's getting extremely weak. In fact, it gets very weak. 300 meters south, it gets very weak. So that's basically the other end of the high street if you were able to walk due south. And then so on and so forth. And it's getting really quite weak over here. Now, of course, though, there's no Edinburgh. I know all the crime happens out in the estates. That's where the searches tend to be performed. They've got this one here, winning defence, which is an EH1, way down to 2.22. So as you can see, performing very poorly. And then everybody else, BCKM solicitors, don't know them. Someone here, a QC, with zero feedback, getting nowhere. Yeah, but basically complete oblivion. Down here, this is all just about every firm going. Yeah, so overall, my assessment of the criminal lawyer at Google Maps situation in Edinburgh is that nobody is really doing very much at all, apart from a few parties. Okay, nobody's really doing very much at all. The one that stands out is quite clearly switched on in regards to Google Maps is clearly CNN's defence lawyers, way out at 103. So there you have it. There's a quick analysis of the criminal lawyer situation in Edinburgh over in the East Coast there. Certainly a lot we can do for our clients to catch up with the winner CNN there. If you'd like to order one of these free assessments, just to understand where you are on the map, who's beating you, who's below you, and ascertain the opportunity for improvement. Please do get in touch on rocketmaps.reviews. You can click on the link below. Sometimes we run special offers and we do these analyses at reduced cost, just so we can figure out the lie of the land in your particular town or city or sector. Do them all the time. You name it, I've done them. Dry cleaners, key cutting firms, ear microsuction guys, car repair shops, pharmacists were very big in, obviously. Accountants were doing not bad. Female hair salons are doing quite well. Also, root canal dentists and specialist dentists, etc. All sorts of sectors benefit from our service. Okay, if you'd like to learn more, jump on the website, rocketmaps.reviews, send us an email. There's also a link on there to put some time in my diary. But as I said, the best way to get going is probably order one of these free audits. Okay, thanks very much.